Hey friend, I am so happy that you're here with me for this month's garden tour. Let's take a look and see what's changed. As usual, we'll start here with this green stalk. Not much going on here. My portulaca is still giving me beautiful flowers. And the strawberries that are no longer producing fruit, but they are producing lots of runners. I am not sure what this is. It started from seed and I don't remember. I think it's some kind of thyme that I threw in here, and I'm not sure what this is. I want to say that I put some zinnias. I am not sure what I put in here, but it looks like zinnias to me. This is a lettuce, but I don't remember what variety that I threw in there. It was back when I was just throwing seeds everywhere because nothing was growing, everything was drying up, the birds were pulling everything out, and I just wanted to see something growing, so I just threw stuff in. This is my other thyme. I think it's English thyme, and it smells delicious. I've cut it back and it's coming back pretty nicely. I can't wait to cut it back again, and I'm going to give it another week or so to grow. This is my parsley, and this was from seed this time, and so was this. I've cut this back twice already, so I hope it'll come back a third time so that I can get some more parsley. And here, back here, is that same plant, and it may be some flowers. I need to have this moved away from the fence, number one, so it can get some more sun, but number two, I don't want to obstruct this. There's another one back here growing as well. I want it to have room to grow and more runners from my strawberries. Look at these. The next thing I'm excited about is these okra. Look at that. Do you guys remember how little the okra was? I actually got my first okra yesterday. It was a little bit too big, but I think it's still edible, and I got it from this one. The smallest plant had the biggest okra on it. I don't remember ever seeing a flower there though. So I'm going to keep my eye on these to make sure that I see when the flower comes up, so I can be on the lookout for okra, because they grow, I mean, inches a day, and it's easy for them to get too big and they be too tough. Okay, so this bed I decided to cover with some row cover, and the reason is because the birds, and I was determined to get something growing in here for the fall. So if you watched my 20 things I wanted to grow, or 20 plants I wanted to grow this fall, beans was big on the list, and so this has about 60 something bean seeds planted in here, believe it or not. And it was covered with plastic until yesterday, black plastic, and I took the plastic off, put in these PVC pipe arches, and then we put up this row cover to protect it from the birds, but you know, it couldn't have black plastic anymore. It would inhibit the growth, and I think the black plastic was on there for like a week and a half. I planted these a week and a half ago. So in this bed we have these peppers that are doing so well. As soon as the heat died down and we stopped having triple digits and high 90s, everything just started to do so much better. No flowers on it yet, but hopefully. And I am not even sure what these peppers are anymore. Nope, no labels or anything. I know it's a hot pepper, but I need to watch older videos to see what the name of these peppers are. So over here is the garlic chives, and they are doing well. I am surprised how well they are doing, and I'm happy about that. So let me tell you what beans I have in here. I have jade bush bean. No, this is not jade. Blue, let's see, what does it say? Oh yes, this is Blue Lake bush beans in this row. Then this row right here has jade. This is a royal burgundy. This row right here is a strike, and I think, no, that's not strike, that is a blue, sorry, a royal burgundy, this one. As a matter of fact, that's a royal burgundy. I noticed this one yesterday. That was the only one that was already coming up, and today there's another one in the same row. So they're both the royal burgundy. And then this row is a strike bean. This next row next to it is another burgundy royal. Kantari is next, and tender green. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different rows of beans. And like I said, I think I said before, it's over 60 beans. I planted them really densely. And I took the cover off because I was going to do this video this morning. It was perfectly overcast, but I ended up going to the city with the mister, and I fully expected to come back to a disaster, but for some reason, hey, those birds didn't notice. So it still looks good. I watered, and I am hopeful that I will get beans here. Over here, we've lost, well, not lost, but we took out the broccoli. They were done. No more broccoli. This cabbage, or, oh yeah, that cabbage has a hard head. It's really firm, so there's nothing much going on in this bed that will obstruct the cabbage, so I'm going to leave it. We have had a couple of meals with the Brussels sprouts from this plant, and it's kind of exciting. I am happy that I decided to go with it. That's one of the things I said I would never grow because it takes forever, but it really doesn't require a lot of work. You just put it in and leave it. So I don't know, maybe next year I will try growing them from seed. Maybe not, because it took a long time to get to this point, and these were plant starts. Okay, so the other thing I have in this bed is right here. I am still trying to grow beans. Since May, you guys, I've been trying to grow beans here. And what I have in here now is the yard-long beans. Trying to get a lot of bang for my buck, if that works. And I just noticed something that I didn't see this morning. I wonder if that just happened this afternoon. There is something growing. Look here. What is that? I don't know what that is, but they are all over. Ooh, and yeah, they are all over. I have to look back at my records to see what I planted here because I can't remember. I do have a little label over there that says cilantro. So in this area here, I planted cilantro. Why didn't I put what I planted here? That's weird. Unless it was just pulled out by a bird. Yes, because they do that. So all of this was covered with cardboard up until yesterday before I put the row cover. All right, this is one of the beds that had my garlic. I put black plastic down, and I had 2 pumpkin seeds in there on this end, and I meant to take one out, but by the time I got around to it, they both look so healthy, and I'm bad at thinning, so I didn't remove it. So there's 2 pumpkin plants here, and about a week and a half ago, oh, here's a baby, I picked up the plastic and planted a bunch of Swiss chard in this bed, and had it put the black plastic back on it, but I picked it up yesterday. I don't see any signs of anything coming up, but I'll keep an eye on it. Let me come this way. Well, let me come this way. So these plants are doing excellent. They're running everywhere. And I actually saw this pumpkin, but so did the birds. So they started pecking on this one. I left him. He still has a chance. There was a smaller one that was totally picked. I mean, to the point where I had to pull it out. So, let's see. There you go. In here, there's also another one of those red cabbages. And there's this other cabbage. I'm going to take this out tomorrow for sure. And we are going to attempt fermenting it. And here's some more of this pumpkin. In this bed we also have another Brussels sprouts, and I've been taking off the leaves from the bottom so I can give it some room to grow. This is the pumpkin. It's come all the way to the other end of this bed. And here's another Brussels sprouts. I need to take some more of these off. I just break them off and give them to the chickens. The petunias are doing great. The hubby got these. There was a tray of I don't know how many for $2.50. So I have petunias everywhere and they're pretty. Here's some more pumpkin. Alright, so this bed, this is so interesting to me. These bean plants have been in here for over 2 months. Over 2 months. That's how long it's taken them to take off. I don't know what the deal is. They're not the same. I think I alternated 2 different kinds of beans in here. I've done it a couple of times. I don't really know what beans are in here. But they're supposed to all be trellising type beans. This one has never changed. I mean, it just looks stunted. I don't know. So I am hoping that these will come up and I will get some beans here. It looks like it might rain, which will surprise me. We've had 2 rains so far all season. It's rained twice. But I am stopping and putting the cover back on, because if I get caught by the rain, I don't want to have these open, because then early tomorrow morning the birds will come and peck through all my beds. So that one's covered. I'm going to cover this one and then we'll continue the tour. Oh wait, there's another. Okay, so there's this cabbage which has a little small head on the inside, and then there's that cabbage hidden over there. I would have to climb in there to see how that one's doing. Let's see if I can reach. Oh, same little head. I might just pull them and pull this one at least, and I'll give the pumpkin some more room. This bed has some beautiful petunias, and it has these peppers that have not changed or done much since they've been in here. I did pull one out of here. It died. I must say that they are a lot greener, so I shouldn't say it didn't do anything. They haven't grown. These little peppers have been on here for over a month, and I don't think they've changed. They're just these little, they might change. And over here I have my Italian oregano. It is starting to green up and look a little bit better. It's even going to seed a little bit, having some flowers here, which is odd because it's so small. It's barely done anything. And this is the section where I had all the different kales at one point on my calendula, and nothing happened, and then I reseeded and nothing happened, and then I think this is the fourth time I am. Oh, and I do see, hold on, I do see some activity. I do see some activity right there. Little kales. I have dinosaur kale in here, but I know that's not the only thing I have, but that's the only label that I see. So I will, oh, kitty. That's my kitty. She's looking out of the window at me. So there's some hope here. Something might happen. Like I said, everything is between 40 and 50 days to harvest. So I hope that I do get something. So let me cover this up, and then we'll continue. This is the last one that I have to cover, and then we'll just continue with the tour. All right, so this bed makes me hopeful. I had these covered up for a long time with 40% shade cloth, not only to protect them from the birds. I will show you guys later what the birds have been doing. There's a whole new gang of birds in here now. But they got green as soon as the temps came down from triple digits and high 90s. Everything just greened up and started growing, taking on height. Not only that, but they started getting flowers. And they actually have peppers. I think this is a shishito, and it has lots of little peppers on it. This one I think is a Joe E something or other. It was developed here, and it was supposed to withstand the heat of New Mexico. It was developed in the university here, and I had 3, and this is the only one that survived. I think this one is a different pepper. I don't really know what they all are. I do think this one is a shishito. I don't know what these are. This one, whatever this is the ají something amarillo. This one's doing well. I want to say, I'm trying to think, I pulled a pepper from, it was like a 3-inch pepper from one of these plants, and I think it was this one, which means it's a hot pepper. I should remember that. Look at these. Look at these flowers. So I am expecting to have lots of peppers. Oh, there's even a pepper. It looks like this is a bell pepper. These were here not to hold up the plants, but to drape the shade cloth over on to protect them. This one's doing really well. What is this? Here's a pepper. I don't know what kind of pepper it is, but lots of flowers, as you can see. So these things that seemed stunted, they were lime green. It didn't matter. I tried to feed them. They didn't bounce back. They bounced back after the temps dropped. More flowers. This one, my husband asked me yesterday, what on earth is wrong with this pepper? And I told him it actually looks better than it has since June. So I don't even know what it is, but it's doing better. Oh, here, looky. Another one of those peppers. So I am excited about this. This one that really won't do a thing, but I'm just going to leave it there. Even this one has gotten green. And then right here, my only tomato plant that's here. This whole thing was supposed to have tomatoes going up. This is the Eleni Star. I know nothing about this tomato. I bought it from a local farmer who was selling plant starts. It's gotten tomatoes on it before, but the birds attack it right away and peck at it. So right now it has a few fruit on it and several flowers. But it's not like any other tomato that I've grown. But it's okay. I have resigned myself to not have tomatoes this year. That's okay. I will buy tomatoes locally and help someone out who's selling tomatoes. We stopped by a lady this afternoon to get some fertilized eggs for one of my broody hens, and she has so many tomatoes. She's picked already like 75 pounds of tomatoes, but she says that her friends have had the opposite with their tomatoes. They just aren't having any. So it's unusual that she has such success. Nobody else seems to be having success. Okay, more peppers. Oh, I do have 2 tomatoes here. These tomatoes just would not die. I mean, they looked horrible. They still look horrible. And I think they're called Phoenix. And they are hanging on, but I won't get any tomatoes from them. It's too late. It's too late for them. This is my oregano, right? Let me see. Yeah, Greek oregano that just could not hold on. Could not deal with the heat. Didn't do anything. And then this is my Thai basil that it didn't do anything either. It didn't grow much. It didn't die though. And now it has a few little flowers on it. Yeah, not doing very well. I know that I put something in here, but you guys, I cannot remember. I think I put some kind of pepper seeds in here, since these are all peppers here. I don't know what this pepper is. It's doing okay. It has a few buds on it. So is this one. This one's doing pretty good. It has some... Look at this one. I wish I knew what this one was. It has quite a bit of blossoms on it. So it's going to give me lots of peppers. Oh, I see a pepper. Oh, is this a Tabasco maybe? I don't know, but look at this long skinny pepper. It looks like it might be a Tabasco. And here's some more. Let's see. This says hot cayenne. Oh, cayenne, long skinny. It might be a cayenne. That would be nice to get some cayenne pepper. Okay. I did have my peas in here, and what did I say I wanted to put in here? I can't remember. Oh, I wanted to put I think I just wanted to put beans, since it has this these bamboos in it, but I didn't get around to it, and I don't know that I will. This green stock unit has carrots on the outside and spinach in the middle. Nothing's happening yet. These all were done at the same time around a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, when I put my my fall seeds in. Here was a chamomile, and it did okay, and then it died. You know, all the little seeds fell, so I left this here, so I know that right here there's chamomile. But everywhere else there are carrots, and then in the middle, spinach. We'll see if anything will come of it. Right here I have yellow squash and zucchini. Those little short ones, that's the grenade. I think this one is the grenade, and that one is, I can't remember the name. But if you guys look back at my 20 plants I want to grow, you'll see them. They're like this size, this wide, and this long, both the zucchini and the squash. These basil plants did not do what I expected them to do, which was to bush out and have this thing full of basil. I did get some basil from it, but this is the type of basil I decided that I did not like. The skinny leaves basil, I decided I didn't like that. I'm not going to plant those anymore. My buckets were pretty unsuccessful. This strike bean has been in here for over month and a half, and it hasn't really done anything. It hasn't died, but I think it's grown just a little bit. I had 2 in here, and that's the only one that survived. And this sugar rush peach, I am not joking when I say it's been over 2 months, and it hasn't died, but it hasn't really done anything either. I don't know if I should take it out and put it somewhere else. I don't know if it needs that. It's not fertilizing because I fertilized it, so I'm just not quite sure what I need to do with these two. Okay, this bale has green zebra zucchini. You know what? Zucchini is like one of those things that I put in the ground or I put in the straw bale, and then 3 days later I come out and I'm like, oh my gosh, look, they're growing already. Not this year. Nothing is coming up as easily as it usually does. On this side, I have Fort Hook zucchini, and nothing's come up there yet. This one got dug up by the bird, so I don't expect that it will. So here is something that has brought me joy and made me feel like I know what I'm doing in a garden, is these cucumbers. First off, let me show you how bad some of the leaves are. This is the birds, the finches, and I don't know, whatever that other little bird is. Not the bird that digs in the ground, but these other new birds, new kids in town. They just were doing that to my leaves, and I told my husband I think they were thirsty. It is so dry here, and it has been so hot. So he said, if that's the case, then give them water. So I put this out here, and they love coming to it, and they splash around and they drink from it. And I think they're bothering this plant. Oh, and the pepper plants, they also did it too. I think they're doing it less. So if you look at, I just took this little cucumber off, and you can see that they've been pecking at it. So it's not 100%, it's not 100% solution, but it's helping. So my cucumbers that I have here are the Armenian long, and that's the one that we've gotten cucumbers from so far. It's very prolific. We love the taste, the flavor of this cucumber. You get a lot of cucumber. Let's see if I can find one. Here's one, little one. I pulled all the big ones yesterday because they were hanging down, and I think that's more of an invitation for the birds. Here's another. Let me go around. But so I have the Suyo Long in here as well. I don't think it is producing anything yet. This is the Bait Alpha, and we took one off of here today. And this one over here is the Early Fortune. And that one has lots of flowers, but it hasn't produced any fruit yet. So when I look out my window and I see this, I feel like I have a garden. Actually, those peppers have been making me pretty happy too. So let's come around here and see what we see. The thing about the Armenian long is that it is super prolific, and it's just encroaching on everything else. So it's kind of, I learned a lesson with this. And the lesson is that I should put it by itself or give it a lot more room than I have. And it's getting up there. All right, this tomato plant here, do I even know what this is? I don't know. It's a volunteer, actually, and I don't know what it is, and I didn't think it would do anything. And it's getting some flowers. Everything, just like I said, did better after the heat, but it's not gonna come to anything. It's too late. This is, oh, what is this? I had this covered with cardboard too, and I took it off yesterday. Oh, it's a triple curl parsley, and I put it here because there's a lot of shade here with the cucumber, and they are taking off, and I just have this cover lightly on it. I'm just trying to keep it out of the birds' radar so the birds don't realize it's there, because I know they will just pull it out This is the green stalk that was tucked away in a corner of the garden, the farthest corner of the garden where it's hard to get the hose, so it didn't really get watered like it should have. So we brought it over here into this arch and added soil, which it needed, fertilized the soil, and planted it, filled it out with seeds. This top row has Paris Island cause. It's a mini romaine. This next one here has, what does this one have? Oh, this has carrots. It's starting to rain, you guys. This row has radishes, and I think I saw one right there. And then this next row has a Forma Nova beets, and I think I saw right there. This is a pepper. It's a yellow hot, and it has been in here months. I don't know if it will do anything, but I put some more peppers in here. I think I did some, yeah, I put jalapenos in the bottom row there. So we'll see what happens with that. I cannot figure out a way to keep this thing covering here. Nothing's coming up here yet, but I think what I put here was beets as well. Ruby Queen or something like that. Beets. These are some of my favorite. Basil, this one, that one. Look at this one. I caught the rabbit eating my basil. Did I tell you guys about that? Did I show you that video? He's just, I can't believe him. Eating my basil right in front of me. Maybe he's blind. But I pick from these and they get really full and come back again. And I just did that the other day to dehydrate some and to make some basil tea. This is a tomato plant called Dark Star. And I mean, I am so sad that it took so long for the weather to change, because now it's doing so well. And so are these two. These are Goliath bush or bush Goliath. They did nothing. I mean, it was like stunted, but I just left them. I didn't take them out or anything. And look, they greened up. They're getting bushy. They have flowers. Hopefully, we still have about 60 days. So I hope that they will produce. This is a Swiss chard that got taken down by whatever, I don't know, maybe the rabbit. I don't know if it'll come back, but I just left it just in case. There was another one right here. We pulled it out. It did not do well at all. These two bags had basil, died, took them out, and I want to put something else in there, not basil. So this is my Moon and Stars watermelon. I came out here this morning to water and I squealed when I saw this. Look at it. Is so well hidden. I don't know how I didn't see it for days. I did not see it, but I'm glad that it's well hidden, because that means the birds won't see it. Because the birds will definitely peck at it. Here's some of the damage the birds have done. All in this section I have snow peas or sugar snap peas, and all over here I have carrots. And look at this. See that? They've done it more than once. I keep putting it back in, they keep pulling it back out, and I don't know if I should give up or not. I didn't know that sunflowers did this, but this is like a sucker from this sunflower. And it has some pretty flowers on it. I didn't even notice it was happening. And here In this bed that was supposed to be my flower bed, I do have these things growing. If you guys recall, I don't know what flower this is. I bought it from a fair. It took a while, but it is the only thing that really did anything in this flower garden except for this sunflower that I left. I have two more pumpkin varieties here. One is the sweet meat and one is, oh, what is the other one? Something luxury, but I don't know which is which. And this is a cantaloupe that I don't think is going to really do much. It's too late in the year. I keep saying that. It's too late, maybe. It's too late for it. These are those dollar red onions that I had. They were all just laying on top of the box or the bed here, and I just took them in the house. They were like this big, but the birds pulled them all out. I'm in the rain, you guys. This watermelon, I'm glad to see it. I didn't even know it was there. There's one that is back here, but it's totally deflated like a balloon. It got pecked, see? It got pecked by the birds. This is the gooseberry. It still looks the same. It's doing okay. Actually, it's gotten a lot more leaves, but it's time for it to start going dormant. This is my apple tree. My Anna apple. It survived the first year, so that's good. Maybe. What on earth? You guys, this is a tomato. I mean, I saw this thing growing here. It's been growing here for a while, but I didn't know what it was. I figured it was a volunteer something. This marigold bush is still going strong. It's so beautiful. It's a volunteer as well. Alright, the blackberry bush survived, so yay. I need to, that's part of it, and that's part of it. And I have my rosemary in here and my lemongrass. I need to pick that lemongrass and dry it out for tea. I am going to go out on a limb and say that the corn does not like the basil, because look at it. It's puny, although there are two ears forming. One right here and one right here. You see that? See that? This corn is doing a lot better. It's greener, it's bigger, and it's younger. It got planted a couple of, maybe two weeks after this other one. So, and it's doing so much better. I think it prefers being alone and not having basil. I had to pull these away, these buckets away from the fence. And now I have very little room to walk in and show you guys this. Let me back up. This tin also had those little skinny leaf basil. I don't know what they're called, but I don't like them. Okay, so there is the corn. It's doing a lot better. And these get to be 3 to 5 feet tall. And the ears are about 3 inches, or I'm sorry, 5 inches long. So it was an experiment. I just wanted to see how they did, and I like them enough that I will put them in the ground next year. Sunflower. Okay, let me see, what else can I do before I get out of the rain? Oh, here is some other basil that's doing great. I pick from these a lot. And this is a tomato, the Better Boy, or what is it, Better Boy? Yeah, Better Boy. This is a tomato that did nothing. I had it covered for a while with shade cloth, and now it's just shooting up. Even has flowers. I feel bad for it. I think that is it. It's as garden tours go, I've done better. But that's okay. At least I have something. Oh, this is supposed to be the honeysuckle. I threatened to pull it out this year if it didn't bloom, and it didn't. But I don't know. I can't. It wasn't a normal year. at all, because usually, even though it doesn't bloom, it comes all the way up, 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 and creates great shade right here, but not this year. Last thing I wanted to show you was the tomatoes. Sorry, the potatoes. The potatoes did not do great. I don't think it's the method. I think it was the lack of rain. We did not have a monsoon season this year. No rain. I watered as much as I could. But what I got out of all these beds is enough for me to keep and plant next year. I'm going to use them as seed potatoes. The purple, what is it? Purple Magic Mollies are the only ones that I haven't pulled up yet. Okay, so speaking of no rain, we're getting rain right now. My husband must be thinking I'm crazy being out here, but we haven't collected eggs today, so before I go in, I'm going to do that too. But I wanted to make sure that I did this tour for you guys. This is what the garden's looking like right now in August. So hopefully all these seeds that I have put in the ground will be flowering at the end of September and producing some fruit for me in October.